is going to tell Tyler Perry that black women are no longer suffering.
I'm grateful for this person for showing me how not to be.
Yeah.
You know, Tyler Perry didn't just pull this out of the sky. These women exist, these people exist, and they need to see themselves in it.
Y'all, Taraji P. Henson just spilled some piping hot tea about Tyler Perry, and it's got black women side-eyeing both of them extra hard. Because apparently the man behind Madea is obsessed with one thing and one thing only, showing black women at rock bottom. We're talking SA, cheated on, beat down, humiliated, and then maybe, just maybe, rescued by a blue-collar man who ain't got a pot to piss in. So then why is Taraji P defending Tyler, even though she admits his roles leave her traumatized? And why does every Tyler Perry movie feel like a horror film for black women? One critic said it best.
Tyler Perry hates black women, and I'm not saying allegedly because the proof is in the pudding.
And by pudding, she means every single Tyler Perry movie from Diary of a Mad Black Woman to Acrimony to his new film Straw starring Taraji P. Henson. Except this time, folks are fed up. After watching the Straw trailer, they said,
I'm a little offended, and honestly, I'm still recovering from mea culpa. He has managed to make billions of dollars. Looking at you too, Issa Rae. One of them days? Really? Where's our Legally Blonde? Where's our Pretty Woman?
Yet Taraji is sticking beside Mr. Tyler Perry, and what she's revealing as we speak is having so many more black women wonder what the heck is she doing? Let's break down why Tyler Perry is obsessed with black women suffering and why Taraji keeps defending him. Now, for decades, Tyler Perry has been Hollywood's rags to riches poster boy. After all, he painted his own life as the quintessential American dream for black people in his documentary style Maxine's Baby. But behind every Madea wig and gospel choir finale lies the same brutal formula. Black women must suffer. Just listen to how this critic broke it down.
It is becoming more evident that Tyler only sees black women as hardworking, struggling, great victims that of course one day are going to be rescued by a blue-collared black man.
It's become so predictable that when the Straw trailer dropped, Taraji, as a single mother on the edge, black women rolled their eyes. Because within the first 30 minutes of the film, y'all, Taraji's character gets evicted, fired, has her daughter taken by CPS, her car gets impounded, she's robbed at work, kills her boss, and then robs a bank. It's given Book of Job. But as expected, it wasn't long before women started commenting on this, and not on the screenwriting skills, but on Tyler Perry's whole attitude towards black women.
I don't know if Tyler Perry doesn't like black women or doesn't give a damn about black women or thinks he knows black women, but these storylines that he's concocting that's supposed to be the story of black women are so idiotic. I cannot take it anymore.
More and more folks are calling him out, and the message is the same. Tyler Perry's movies are trauma porn dressed up as black empowerment. And just think about this for a second. In Temptation, Judah cheats once and gets HIV. In Acrimony, Taraji's character gives her life to a man who leaves her the moment he gets rich, and she dies humiliated and alone. And Why Did I Get Married? Sheila gets cheated on, ridiculed for her size, and only finds love after losing weight. Meanwhile, Angela's painted as this angry, emasculating black woman. Even Taraji herself admitted,
Oh, Tyler Perry didn't just pull this out of the sky. These women exist, these people exist, and they need to see them.
But critics say that that's exactly the problem, because if the only time you see yourself on the screen is when you're suffering, what does that tell the world about black women? But let's rewind a little bit. While folks are watching Straw, they're ready to cancel Tyler Perry all over again. Taraji P, though, she's not flinching. She's standing beside him like a loyal sister defending family at the cookout no matter what he's done. Because in her eyes, these stories matter. She told The Breakfast Club,
These people exist, and they need to see themselves, and they need to know that they're not alone and that people do see them.
Y'all, she even revealed the reason that she believes so many black women are outraged by Tyler Perry's films.
Man, when people tell Tyler Perry to stop showing those women on camera,
I think that's their own trauma's triggered. Because in the community, black community, we don't deal with it. You know what I mean? So if you're forced to look at it often, you will be triggered.
So basically, Taraji's saying, don't blame Tyler for your pain, sis. Blame the culture that taught you to hide it. Because for her, it's about voicing the voiceless. She's always been drawn to broken characters, women with no platform, trapped in pain.
And I, in particular, I am drawn to characters who are voiceless and need a voice, because I am such a big personality. I like to breathe light into those characters because I feel like.
But here's where things get wild. While Taraji's defending the art, Tyler Perry's name is getting dragged through every ditch and gutter this week. And this isn't even just about the films no more. Actor Dixon claims Tyler used his power in the industry to create what the lawsuit called a coercive, actually exploitive dynamic. Derek says he met Tyler Perry back in 2019 at Tyler Perry Studios in Atlanta, dreaming of an acting career, and Perry allegedly promised him roles, fame, mentorship, but it came at a cost. Almost sounds like Diddy there for a second, right? According to the lawsuit, though, Perry pinned him to a trailer wall, fondled him, and interrogated him about his sexual preferences on the set of The Oval. And when Derek rejected him, the threats started happening. Mr. Perry made it clear to Dixon that if Dixon ignored Perry or failed to engage with innuendos, Dixon's character would die in the next season. And that's exactly what happened. The actor quit the show to escape the harassment and turned down an offer to write for Perry's projects, saying it was the only way to protect his peace. Now, Perry's lawyers are calling the lawsuit a scam designed to shake him down for money, saying this is an individual who got close to Tyler Perry for what now appears to be nothing more than a setting up a scam. Tyler would not be shaken down. But this isn't the first time that Tyler's been accused of questionable behavior on set. Several actors who work for him said he intimidates them into obedience. No matter how many times he changes his mind about a scene or a line, sometimes he straight up rewrites the whole script on the spot and expects everybody to fall in line.
So we literally run the entire episode for him and he hates it. Does that mean I have to learn a whole new script? Yes, that's what it means. Mr. Perry on the spot starts rewriting the entire script and he's feeding me the lines to say, and the director is kind of standing on the side like, you better do it because if not, they will fire you.
And y'all, Tyler Perry himself admits he's controlling.
And if we have a disagreement about the way the scene should go, I'll be like, okay, let's try it my way and we'll try it your way and we'll see which one works. But mine always wins out.
Because he has the control of the editing.
That's exactly right.
And see what Taraji did here? She explained that Tyler Perry runs everything, the writing, the directing, the producing, the editing. Y'all, is this a director or a dictator with Final Cut Pro? Well, Derek isn't the only one even accusing him of SA. Just look at what Christian Key said about working with Tyler.
I'm grateful for this person for showing me how not to be. When you're the boss, how not to be. You don't sexually harass your employees. You don't pressure them, bully them, try to intimidate them into what you want.
Well, critics say that that's exactly why his movies keep showing the same tired trauma. There's no room for fresh eyes or black women's voices in his empire, just his blueprint of pain on repeat. So yes, despite all this swirling mess, SA lawsuits, misogynistic narratives, accusations of blackballing legends like Monique, Taraji is still out here promoting Straw like his side, like it's all good. She even told the Breakfast Club how Tyler doubled her quote for Straw, saying,
Every raise that I've gotten and whenever I'm treated the best in this industry, it's always by him.
And y'all remember how Taraji complained about being undervalued by the industry for a long time.
I'm just tired of working so hard, being gracious at what I do, getting paid a fraction of the cost. I'm tired of hearing my sisters say the same thing over and over.
Y'all, it's complicated. On one hand, Tyler pays Taraji fairly in an industry that still loves underpaying black women. But on the other hand, she admits that these trauma roles leave her feeling broken.
You know, that fourth day I was like, oh my God, I gotta do this again. You know what I mean? Because it's not comfortable. Showing a character's trauma and pain is like showing you some of my trauma and pain. And it's healing, but having to open up those wounds, it's not comfortable.
So while Taraji keeps defending Tyler's vision as of giving voice to the voiceless, black women everywhere are asking, at what cost though, child? Because not every black woman is out here suffering. In fact, most of them are thriving.
Who is going to tell Tyler Perry that black women are no longer suffering? It's about time that this narrative that Tyler Perry has needs to stop. Because black women are embracing ease, softness, luxury, therapy, healing. We are embracing a different life, and it's about time the representation of us change as well.
But y'all, this is what's wrong with that. If all you see is broken, bitter black women on screen, then what do you believe in real life? And this hits even harder for this.
Watching some of these movies and to think that all the image that is being portrayed to them is this tired, traumatized, suffering black woman, it has to stop.
Yes, because what is it teaching our children? That their only worth is through pain? But what's even worse, as this other critic said, Perry's character seemed to get redemption only when some blue-collar man comes to save them.
It is becoming more evident that Tyler only sees black women as hardworking, struggling rape victims that, of course, one day are going to be rescued by a blue-collared black man.
And y'all, the trope is getting old. It's even been parodied in the Boondocks.
Now I know that to you, I'm just a poor, light-skinned gardener who can't even afford a shirt. But I love me some Jesus, and I love me some you.
Oh, Lord, thank you, Jesus. I never thought I'd ever be with a man so loving and light-skinned.
Y'all, the trope that people are saying is dangerous and needs a full stop.
I partially blame the media for people's derogatory perspectives about black women worldwide. I'm not talking about the Beyoncés and Oprahs and Kerry Washingtons of the world. I'm talking about normal, everyday black women. It is dangerous to continue to depict us in such a lowbrow manner.
Say it louder for the folks in the back, please. And Black Twitter has been dragging him for weeks now, with the comments like, the black community in a toxic relationship with Tyler Perry, let him go. And Reddit is definitely not quiet either. As a black man, I feel Tyler Perry films are basically filmed stereotypes that lack substance and just have no real appeal unless you like simple-ish. His new show is embarrassment to all black people, just sucks. I know he's trying to get laughs, but at the cost of blacks everywhere. Because y'all, here is the real tea. Tyler Perry always writes redemption arcs for black men. The abusive husband that gets replaced by the loving working man who saves the day. But who redeems the black woman? Where was her joy without having to crawl through hell first? And folks ain't letting him off the hook this time. The message is clear. His strong black woman stereotype is not about resilience, but about dehumanization. Like, a black woman is not a black woman if she's not 24/7. So while Taraji defends him, the streets are asking, why is Tyler Perry so obsessed with black women suffering? And when will he show us winning? And if somebody is extra confused by Taraji's support, it's Monique. This feud goes back over a decade, and it's messier than a baby daddy reveal on Facebook.
What is that black dick connected to? That black man? So no, I was not blackballed. I was whiteballed.
See, Monique says Tyler Perry blackballed her after she refused to do free international promo for Precious. She said he, along with Oprah and Lee Daniels, spread rumors that she was difficult to work with and let her tell it cost her tens of millions. She told Club Shay Shay,
"No, Shannon, that's cost my family tens of millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Over a lie and a rumor.
Is he gonna make he's gonna compensate you for that?
I want you to look in your camera.
Yes.
And I want you to talk to Tyler Perry because you heard what that man said. So ask him, will he compensate my family for that?"
Tyler, will you come on Club Shay Shay and let's have a conversation about the fair compensation?
And when asked if Tyler ever apologized, Monique made it clear that only one who did was Lee Daniels. Then there's the Empire drama. Did you know that Monique was originally offered the role of Cookie? Yes, y'all, Lee Daniels called her personally, twice. First to offer the role, then to revoke it. That role ended up going to Taraji, and the rumors swirled that Tyler pulled strings behind the scenes to make it happen.
Because Cookie from the show Empire, yeah. I was offered that role. Now Taraji tore it up, baby.
Right.
Listen here. However, I was offered that. Then Felita called me back and say, "Baby girl, they said you too difficult to work with." But you hear on the audio that a man told David Talbot I was difficult to work with.
And now, years later, Monique is watching Taraji publicly defend Tyler Perry while he's facing SA allegations. And let's be clear, y'all, this wasn't just some uncomfortable questions Perry asked Derek on set. In 2021 at Perry's house, Perry pulled down Dixon's underwear and began to vigorously grab, grope, and play with Dixon's buttocks in a sexual manner. Dixon was stunned and seized by tremendous fear. So it makes sense that Monique is speechless. This is not out of character for Tyler Perry, and she says, but it is out of character for Taraji to praise him right when this lawsuit is going down. It's just him using his powers to harm others again, just like he harmed her and her career. Well, Monique threw some shade online right after the lawsuit news broke, posting on Instagram,
"You get mad, even if you get offended. So, what you gonna do? Because I guarantee you can't beat me up."
Fans knew exactly who she was talking about too, and for those who weren't sure yet, she laid it all out just a few days later with this post. Have you noticed women who don't tolerate disrespect, lies, manipulation, and bullish are always labeled as difficult, toxic, crazy, bitter, and complicated? Yes, y'all, difficult as in use your industry to convince others that Monique is difficult and never give her a job again. But let's get back to Taraji, and while we're at it, Tyler Perry too, because this man has not been quiet about this backlash.
To those people who think that my films focus on the struggle of black women, because they're right, it does. I'm in doing this, let me tell you something. If I get an opportunity to put a black woman on screen for people to see them in love, in happy, in joy, in pain, in struggle, what I'm doing is a service to all people so that people will know that black women are not just strong and one thing. They are all things, and they go through all of these different things.
He calls it paying homage to their resilience. Says he's just showing reality, honoring the struggles of his mama, his aunties, and his sisters.
So to have an opportunity to be able to paint all of these pictures in all sides of us, something that I'm paying homage to my mother, to my aunt, to my sisters, and friends and cousins, and the things that they all went through. So that's what I would say to that.
But y'all, his idea of honor feels more like humiliation, because this is the same man who told black women they should be grateful for a man who only pays the light bill.
Okay, that's not somebody who's beneath you. Yeah. That's somebody who came to love you at your worth, right? Yeah. And as long as he's secure in himself to know that, yep, she makes most of the money, all I can pay is the light bill. As long as she's comfortable enough to say, I'm gonna cover the mortgage and all the other stuff, you handle the light bill, baby, you can take me to dinner every now and then, that is fine. Yeah. That's fine.
Now, the internet clearly combusted after that one too, because critics dragged him, saying something along the lines of, so black women are supposed to carry entire households, heal generational trauma, and settle for a man who brings crumbs to the table?
Be glorified. I don't care if a man is a good man. That doesn't mean that he's the right man for you. Maybe I, as a woman, don't want to be the primary breadwinner. Is that okay? Am I allowed to say that I want a provider? It's funny to me how women are always expected to settle and meet a man where he is and just look at a man's heart, but they look at your face. They look at your body. Just the other day, I posted a video about this guy that was like, oh man, she's perfect when you're loved the right way by the wrong woman. She just doesn't look the way I want her to look. Oh man.
Y'all, the blatant hypocrisy there, but Tyler's out here acting like black women should be honored to be somebody's emotional mule and financial savior while he cashes billion-dollar checks off the pain. Because in Tyler's world, a black woman can survive that say cheating, job loss, CPS taking her kids, eviction, and public humiliation. But as long as a broke blue-collar man loves her at the end, it's all good. He's proven that that's his blueprint, and while Tyler's out here calling representation, critics say it's degradation disguised as tribute, because let's be real, y'all. If Tyler Perry is truly loving black women, wouldn't he want to show them winning, not just surviving? Now, Taraji P. Henson might be defending Tyler Perry's trauma blueprint, but if you listen close to her words, her truth is more complicated than any Madea script. On The Breakfast Club, she admitted straight up that she's done with people who ain't on their healing journey. She said,
Yes, I can't. You're not on your healing journey. I can't help you, baby, because I can't take on your trauma while I'm trying to get over mine.
Y'all, that's a bit of a word right there. She talked about how she protects her peace these days before she agrees to anything, a party, a trip, a dinner. She asks herself first,
God, the peace that I found. Like, you know, even somebody asking me to come out, the first question I ask is it going to disturb my peace?
And if the answer is yes, she stays her fine self at home with her Frenchies, her wine, and her peace. She don't even have to explain her no's anymore. And like Michelle Obama told her, no is a complete sentence. Well, Taraji also opened up about hitting rock bottom before taking her first solo trip to Bali. She said she was losing herself, feeling bitter, burnt out, and complaining all the time. She had to unplug and go find the Taraji she left behind in Hollywood's chaos. But this is where the irony hits hard in the story. If Taraji doesn't deal with the unhealed people anymore, then why is she still working with Tyler Perry? Because if we're being real here, Tyler Perry doesn't exactly scream healed man energy. Not with these accusations that he's goading himself into right now. Taraji calls him her brother though, her biggest supporter, the one who doubles her pay. But is it financial worth the same as emotional worth? That question's got the streets talking loud too, because behind Tyler Perry's gospel tributes and homage to black women's resilience lies a darker truth critics can't ignore. They say his obsession with showing black women broken, beaten, violated, humiliated, or dead is internalized misogyny laced with patriarchy and religious punishment narratives. So think about it. In his films, suffering is a spiritual purification. A woman cheats, she gets HIV. A woman sacrifices her man's dreams, he leaves her and in the dust until she loses her mind. A single woman fights to survive. CPS takes her kids, and her life unravels in public shame. It's like Tyler believes black women only deserve love after they've been dragged through the mud, spat on, and left half dead. And sure, he'll say it's all about redemption, but if that's the truth, why is redemption only reserved for the black men in his movies? Why are the black women always the ones carrying generational trauma, poverty, only to be rewarded with a barely decent man paying the light bill and calling it salvation? Trauma sells, and Tyler Perry knows that, but folks are saying let's stop monetizing harmful tropes.
Who's gonna tell Tyler Perry that the average black woman is actually thriving now? We pay our bills are paid. Thank you.
And with all these allegations swirling around him right now, Monique's old fuel is reigniting, and black women are calling him out for fetishizing their pain. So it's clear that the cracks in Tyler Perry's billion-dollar empire are showing, because behind every Madea wig and every hallelujah choir scene is a man who built his fortune on black women's suffering and might just lose it all for the same reason. But let me know what y'all think about this. Do you think that Tyler Perry really loves black women like he claims, or is he just addicted to showing us broken for a quick billion-dollar check? And Taraji, is she defending him because she sees his vision, or because he's the only one that's gonna pay her what she's worth? Drop your thoughts and comments below, and then check out this next video, because I got all the tea on Hollywood's darkest secrets.